congratulations on this album. It is an absolutely amazing album, and I know a lot of our listeners have been looking forward to it ever since they heard Be Gentle With My Mind, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've actually got the bass player, Mayra, here as well. She played on the album launch at the Unibar, so she might be chatting with us today as well.
Awesome. That is fantastic. Hey, Mayra, how you going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Now, I guess the big question a lot of people want to know is, tell us a little bit about the history of the band, because they fell in love with that first single, but for a lot of people that was the first time they'd ever heard of the band. So tell us a little bit about the history of Love and Able.
Yeah, so I was actually, I'm the vocalist of the Love and Able band, and I was a solo artist for quite some time, and I was looking for a guitarist, which Dylan Norris kind of popped up from a mutual friend of ours, and we started just performing together and just doing a few gigs, and yeah, we were just like, you know what, we should actually form a band. It's been a dream of his ever since he was little. You know, he's listened to Pearl Jam and Nirvana and all that, so he loves that style, and he was like, oh look, let's start a band. And then we bumped into Mayra and Pedro, which are our new band members, and yeah, just started it, and it's awesome. Like, we love doing shows together, we vibe, we have such a good time after the shows as well, and we spend a lot of family time, but yeah, we're just loving it.
Mayra, what was it like for you coming into the band as well, and what was it that attracted you to want to join Love and Able?
Yeah, so I was actually suggested to them, and I knew on that first rehearsal that this is going to be something I would enjoy so much. Something I enjoy the most is obviously the genre, but definitely the people. We're all such a bubbly group and very family, like family. It's great. And it's so much fun, and I enjoy playing with them so much.
So Emma, tell us a little bit about the journey with this album. What was it that you wanted this album to feel like and to sound like, and what was that writing process like?
Well, Dylan and I, we actually built a studio in the Shoalhaven, and we knew we always wanted to write an album, we wanted the album to kind of guide us. So we started writing some material, so like Be Gentle With My Mind, and we're a massive believer in mental health, so that's where that song kind of come from. And, you know, we were going through that, and as teenagers, you know, years ago, you know, we understand that people, they go through this mental health state where they don't want to be here anymore. So we kind of wanted to get our listeners to go, hey, it's okay, you know, listen to our songs, hopefully you get some relief from it, you know. And then all the other songs come from dreams, like Lucid Dreams, which is the title track of the album, that come from Dylan Norris's dream that he had. And he said, I didn't put enough information in there. I forgot some of the bits. But yeah, I think the album kind of guided itself. You know, we didn't really have a destination. You know, we just was like, okay, let's write some songs. Let's see how they go. And each song kind of guided itself.
So what was the recording process like? Like you said, you had your own studio. How did that help with everything? And what was that process like?
So we actually produced with Matthew Gray. So some of the guitars were recorded down in our studio, and then we just decided, you know what, let's just go to Brizzy, let's pack up, and we'll go up there for about 3 days, and I think we did about 7 songs up there, and it was so good. It was so nice just to get another person's perspective, and also having the brass section on Lucid Dreams. It just all fell together so well.
I was going to ask that. Where did the idea come from having the brass section? Because that lifts this album to a whole different dimension.
Yeah. So we were actually sitting in the studio talking to Matt, and I was like, Matt, it needs something else. And he's like, you know what? I actually have an idea. How about we put some brass in? And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, yeah, let's give it a go. And we started listening to it, and we got sent some of the, the music and the instruments and stuff, and I was really loving it. I'm like, oh, this has like a jazzy kind of feel to it. And yeah, just grooved along, and Dylan and the rest of the band were like, yeah, this is it, you know. So yeah, just popped on the album like that.
So Mayra, the band has a very, very unique sound. What was it like to play live with the band, and And what does that sound like live? Does it go over from the album to the live setting very well?
Oh, it's like the exact same, almost, bar the, Lucid Dreams with the brass section, but the vibe's just there. It's raw, and it's like, it's almost wherever you go, you listen to it on Spotify, you listen to it live, it's great. Added the, performing and everything like that. Yeah, it definitely transfers very well, and I enjoy playing. Yeah, it's a good vibe.
Emma, were you nervous about the album coming out, or were you excited?
I think I was more excited because these songs really showcase exactly what I wanted to put across as a vocalist. And then also Dylan, he's just said to me, I want people to listen to our songs. I want people to know that they're not the only ones out there that are going through a hard time or going through a journey, taking a different direction in life. And I was like, yeah, you know what, it's going to happen. We just need to keep positive, and you know what, people will listen to this album and they'll love it. And some may not, and that's okay, but there's always a little slither of something that they might like.
Did the fact that the single had done so well on Spotify, did that help ease those nerves a little bit as well, because you knew that people were excited about the album coming out?
Yeah, I think, with having such great feedback of Be Gentle With My Mind, I was a little bit nervous because we have such a different genre in nearly every single song. So, there's a little bit of me with the ballads, and then there's, a heavy rock feel for Dylan, and then there's that in-between alternative. So I wasn't too sure, because Be Gentle With My Mind's kind of like a rocky kind of vibe, but also very ballad as well. So I was like, there's going to be different songs. I'm not sure if people are going to like it, but it's been great. People have been listening. They've been loving it. They've been loving the ballads as well, which is awesome, because they tell a story, and that's what I love to do, and what Dylan loves to do, and the rest of the band. It's hard sometimes in our day and age to get our point across, and music's definitely one of the ways that we can express our feelings.
Definitely. Now, what's the next steps for the band? What are you hoping to do across summer? Are you wanting to get out there and do shows? Are you going to start working on new music? What's the plan for summer?
Yeah, so both of them are definitely ticking the box. So we're actually performing a few gigs, 45-minute sets in Wollongong, and then over the January month, we're actually going to sit in the studio for a few hours and write some new material. It's super exciting, actually.
Now, our listeners are probably asking this already, so I'm going to ask it as well. Any chance that we might see you come down to Melbourne or even Sydney for some shows in the future as well?
Oh, yes, definitely. We're in the process of talking to our PR team about booking some shows in Melbourne and Sydney, so it's going to be super exciting. We're looking forward to it, but definitely keep posted on Facebook. The events will be up there for sure.
Awesome. Well, we are going to play Be Gentle With My Mind again on the show right now, but before we go, what would you both like to say to people out there who are about to sit down and listen to the album for the first time?
I would say just crack open a cold one.
Yep.
Yeah, sit on the lounge and just enjoy it like it is a lucid dream, and just have fun with it and reflect on the lyrics.
Yeah. Mine would definitely be the same. Listen to the lyrics. There's going to be something in there that's going to take you back, and enjoy the ride, because it is such a journey.
Yeah.
I actually said to someone the other day, this is the perfect summer album. I can see myself. I can see myself listening to it out on the veranda in summer, or driving to the beach of a nighttime. I think this is the perfect summer soundtrack.
That's the vibe. We just want people to love what we do, and we want to tell people stories as well, and our own. We want to express our feelings, and this is the way we do it.